Hello, Internet. This is E. Schrodinger's cat, and welcome to another episode of Builder's Dreams on the Iskal85 Patreon server. And this is my void hole. It is large and gaping, indeed. This is, with respect to the other parts that we've been building over here, that is the bridge, and over there's the waterfall and all that part. This is going to be part of the more, this blue area is going to be more of the magical part of the build. And I just felt like it needed a gaping hole to the void. I just felt compelled to make one, and here it is. You can see it transitions from the light brownstone down to the darker, to the shale. And I want to make this kind of, I don't know, some of you have played Subnautica, and you know that there are certain areas where there's these deep holes to the bottom of the sea, and they have these crystalline kind of structures. So that is what I am prepared to make right now. I got these translucent blocks right about, and I'm sorry that this is a little dark. Maybe I can light this up a little bit. And, okay. So right now, I hope this doesn't turn out too dark for YouTube. It's very dark down here. I chose to keep the shaders because they look so nice. But right now, maybe I can get some glowing flat colored blocks of these similar colors. So if I look up 798, for example, 798, I can get the bit for the glowing flat color block, and that will give us an effect of glowing crystals that I want to add here. And as I start to do this, okay, maybe I want to up the scale a little bit because I want to have these on a more larger scale, and I'm going to come up something like that. And once I do that, let's step back and look at how it looks. I'm going to have to knock out these torches so I can actually see how the lighting is. It kind of looks like a little tiny wiener a bit, but I'm hoping that maybe if I add, server restart in 5 minutes. I'm on a timer here. Maybe if I add some of these, let's see, what's this one? This one is 987. 98. God damn it. 987. There we go. Violet glowing block. And I can come through here and add another little wiener right next to the blue one. And maybe that will make it look less strange, and maybe I can come in here with, what other color did I have? I had yellow 239. I got the ye old yellow block. I don't like the color yellow, but at the same time, it definitely goes nice. These well, they're not technically primary colors because the primary colors of light are blue, red, and green. Nerd. But you know, it kind of looks like one of those printer cartridge, like, what you call it, scales of ink. And once I have this is obviously a very, very early first draft of these crystals. I can come in here and add the more translucent part of the crystal, and then the glowing flat color block will glow through, and then the outside of the crystal will be translucent, so it gives off that effect. And I think that's gonna look pretty cool. I think it'll look cool when I start to get, let's see, this one is 29. When I start to get more of these in, red, red block. Let's see, there's a lot, there's quite a lot of them. I think this is the right one. Alright, maybe if I get another one in, god damn it. I done messed up. I done messed up right on camera in front of the whole world. Isn't that nice? good way to start off the episode with menus and switching through menus because I went to the wrong menu. Y'all love menus, right? It's your favorite thing to watch on YouTube. That's what you come here for. Menu craft is what I should call it, where we just go through menus all the time and we can look at all the stuff that's in the menus. And now we have we have that crystal cluster. I'm going to add them along the bottom here so that they light up, and I think we're going to see how that looks. And I cry when angels deserve to die. So I was thinking about some stuff, and I've heard a lot of people say stuff when they see something in Minecraft, or I mean, really, it extends to all art. But anything where they're like, oh, I see this and it makes me just want to quit because I'll never be that good. I'll never be able to do that. So what's the point? And I wanted to say something on that matter because I mean, I'm not going to give you the whole speech about how you should believe in yourself and follow your dreams and all that shit, because you've heard it on 1,000 public service announcements and school conference meetings and all that stuff. But what I have to say on the subject matter is that artists are never happy. The life of an artist is the life of just wishing you were better. And that's honestly how you become better, is to be very critical of yourself and your work and being able to identify when something is wrong. And so it begs the question, if you're never going to be happy with what you're doing, then what is the point of doing it if you're not going to be happy? And I think it's important to recognize that there's more to the process there's more to art, to being an artist, than the end product that you create. And the people who are really, I mean, some people do it just for money, and some people are very successful at doing it just for money, but the people who are really passionate about art, they do it because they enjoy the process of learning about how to create some sort of medium that expresses an idea that they have. They enjoy the process of taking an idea from the realm of a thought to the realm of something that can actually be presented and turned tangible. And what really you need to do if you want to be a great artist is you need to find some value in art beyond, how good will the end product come out. Like, how you don't, I mean, there's a lot of people who build in Minecraft and they don't consider themselves good builders, but they do it anyway. They keep doing it, and they say, oh, why don't I just quit? Like, that there are people better than you, and yet you're still doing it. So obviously that means that there's something to this medium of art that matters to you, and that you enjoy beyond your frustrations with your products. And my advice would be to focus on that. Focus on the process of learning and the value that all of this has, and try to find some meaning in it for what it does for you. And that is honestly how you stay motivated to do work and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I feel bad for people when they feel like they can never be something. And would beg the question, well, if you know that you can never be something, why are what's the point of being sad about it? Because you what's the point of dwelling on it, because you will never be it, so it's not even a reality you have to concern yourself with. And instead of focusing on what you will never be, focus on what value building can have for you, because it's entirely possible that you're wrong about never being something, and it's entirely possible that you're not. But really, the way that you become an artist and you create things that are truly inspired and full of passion, and the learning process, how that happens is you pursue it based on just the enjoyment of doing it. So that's my 2 cents on my pretentious 2 cents on building and how to stay passionate even when you feel like you're not good enough to be on the same level as some of the greats. And that's just, I think people focus too much on being great, that they get so focused on it that they start to lose the ability to be great, because all of their energy, which could be going to improving their product, is going towards feeling all this desire to be somebody else. And that's not to invalidate anyone's feelings. Like, I totally understand the desire. I totally understand the insecurity and I've been playing this game for over 5 years, and I started out pretty bad to be honest. One time when I was just starting out, I made this thing that I was really proud of, and it was this big netherbrick monstrosity when I was playing Tekkit. Made it this giant cube out of netherrack, and inside the netherrack was glowstone in a very, very strange pattern, and I submitted it to World of Keralis, and I was so World of Keralis, the creative server that's basically application driven, Keralis' creative server, and I was so sure that I would be accepted and that they would be so impressed, and I was rejected, and rightfully so, because what I made was garbage. And I felt bad. But I also, that didn't stop me from building. When you create something that's bad, even when you create a bunch of things that are bad, and even when you get rejected for being bad, that doesn't take, none of that will take building, none of that will take art away from you. The only person who can take art away from you is yourself. And I know that sounds super pretentious, but I am not a philosopher, and that's just my 2 cents. Anyway, back to what I'm actually doing in here in this real world life is I've added a bunch of crystals, created some caverns back here. More crystals on the walls, crystals up there, crystals in the ceiling. I started adding what I think will be a feature of the architecture of this biome, is this kind of magical, I have this might not be staying, this purpley bluish wood, but it's kind of a similar thing to what I was doing in the Fullcraft server architecturally wise, so I'm gonna try and do stuff to differentiate it, but I'm hoping that this is probably going to be a lot more organic and stuff like this. I'm going to have these lighting the way, these, they got the big ones over there, and I'm hoping to have these, this is cement gluing this crystal to the wall to be used as lighting, and this is like embedded into the wall. And what I'm going to do is add a bunch more nature and make this very natural and sort of like living in, I don't know. It's going to develop as it goes. This is the 7th time that I have recorded this clip, because between me and Adobe Premiere and XSplit, there were many failings. Many failings, such is life. Anyway, to get back to the thing that I've been repeating for the last hour to myself, I replaced the floor here with from the magical wood that was here, because I thought that the texture, it's a nice block, it is a nice wood, but it really did not go here for the deep, dark, dank, moist hole thing that I have of mine. And so I put these concrete powders here instead over this basalt, and the basalt's there to match this color but not be exactly the same as that. So it's kind of like whatever lives here has come through here and smoothed out this floor. And in the time since they've done that, this dust has accumulated. The same dust that created these crystals has accumulated over here inside of like washed, blown across the floor from the many winds and such that come through the gaping, deep, moist hole of mine. So I finished up all of these moldings here, and I think that's going to do it for today. I also, you can see that I'm going to stop hitting zoom because I'm sure that's very disorienting. This is, I got this to a 1/2 block level, and that's looking good. So I think that's going to do it for today. I'm going to bid good day to you and hope that you don't look up a little trailer for a little movie called Teeth, because that might ruin this for you a little bit. But good day. Thanks for watching.